Alright, so this one I have watched once myself when it came out. Armada's 15 greatest moments in Melee. This one is actually, I think it's pretty good. I think it's a pretty good collection of clips. GR Smash is the one that made that video, so make sure to follow or subscribe on YouTube, as it's called. But yeah, I was thinking we could watch this one together, and then after, maybe not each clip, but most of the clips, I'll probably, give some little detail about it. What made them special moments, or, sick moments. But before we really get started, please let me know if the audio here, is that good for you guys or no? I just want to make sure, so it's not like too loud, too quiet. It sounds fine.
Wow.
All right, I should just lower it a little bit on my end. Slightly higher, slightly higher. All right, I guess that should be fine though.
Oh, booty.
What about that? That should be slightly higher.
Big booty. Big booty, wow. Oh, Hungry Boy's got so much. Damn.
But
That's good. All right, awesome, awesome. Thank you, chat. All right, so let's start from the beginning. This one is Big House 4, winners finals. Me and Mutaking versus Hungerbox and Plop. So me and Mutaking, yeah, we pretty much always just went Peach Fox. It was like, this was before my Fox was like really a thing, and Peach Cheek is honestly really bad versus Puff teams in general, and especially Puff Samus, or maybe not especially Puff Samus, but Puff plus a floaty is very hard for Peach Cheek. Yeah, honestly, like, this type of comeback should never happen.
big booty.
Big booty, wow. Hungry Boy's
Damn, Hungerbox was actually eating so much damage right away.
We know
So
it'd
in
be
this,
amazing if like
in this type of scenario, like, I just gotta like put it in this type of scenario, because I keep seeing this mistake in teams to this day. If you have a 2v1 scenario and you are the one with the highest damage, stay the fuck back and let your teammate be the one in front. Because in this scenario, if I hit Plop, he has no risk of dying, right? I can't like kill him in 1 or 2 hits, but technically 1 hit here on Hungerbox would bad the eye and he might be dead, and it's a 1v1. You really at all costs want to avoid the 1v1 when you are 2v1. And I to this day see people play 2v1s so recklessly and bad, and you're basically just asking to get comebacked on.
like he went deep
Yeah.
into Hungerbox.
Like, don't get me wrong,
to
like,
hit him on
Puff
stage.
actually destroys Peach, but in this scenario, it's actually no reason for Hungerbox to fight.
Oh.
And we get a
This is
1v1.
huge, but one smash attack from Plop and it's over.
Working both ways.
Oh, still living.
Sometimes Peach on Dreamland, you can't kill her.
He's that one. Oh, this is not
Dude,
good.
this one is actually so funny.
Turn up this. Oh, of course. Wow. Exactly.
Oh, so funny.
Oh, this
So
is not
basically,
good.
when I get this bomb,
Turn up this.
you can see. So I throw the bomb, right? But it's so close that we both get hit. But as I'm throwing this bomb, I do recognize the possibility that we're both gonna get hit by it. So you can see that I immediately try to DI up. So if I do die, I will die at the top and hopefully die after Plop. But yeah, it is very silly.
Exactly.
But also
Even
fun.
Music King couldn't even believe it. Look at him.
Wow.
Oh my.
Alright, so this one, yeah, me against Amsa. This clip is from my actual first major victory in Europe. It was a tournament in Germany. A few months, like about 3.5 months before Genesis won. So at the time, I was actually not considered number one in Europe. That title was still belonging to Amsa. But this tournament, he was very out of shape, I will admit. I did beat him 4-0, and it was not even, like, really close. But towards the end of 2009, early 2010, when Pound 4 was coming around, Amsa was, like, more back in shape again. But during this time period, Melee was, like, in a very rough spot in Europe. Like, Brawl came out, it got, like, a lot of attention, and a lot of tournaments just didn't really happen. The reason he played Fox instead of Sheik is because... Okay, I might misremember here, but I'm fairly certain he started with Sheik, and it was not working out, and then he swapped to Fox. I think that's the case. But this is over 10 years ago, so I might misremember on this one. But I think he started with Sheik, it didn't work out, and he went Fox. It also could be that actually I lost to Sighetto in winners finals, because this is losers final. Yeah, that was like back when the umbrella. This was like probably the first time people saw me do the umbrella setup in tournaments. Yeah, this is PAL as well, so Sheik isn't as good overall. I mean, Fox isn't either, but Sheik loses even more.
I think he said UGS. UGS.
Alright, so this one, as you guys can see, Eclipse 2, tournament in Norway. And this was like Leffen's like return tournament pretty much, after like the visa issues. But yeah, this is a sick combo by me and the brother.
Yes.
Activate, dude.
There's a little bit of mistake here, but now it's
Oh my
good.
goodness. No, no way. You guys are insane.
It's still going.
Oh my god. Holy.
I love the fact that Triff is like clapping. That's like the ultimate respect. Ultimate respect. Yeah, Triff actually, like in many tournaments, like back in the day, he often, when me and Android were playing teams, Triff was often sitting behind watching us for inspiration. Sometimes in singles too, but especially in teams, I feel like. Just to like learn more.
Grab.
Beautiful.
UGS.
The smiling.
Wow.
As Leffen stood up as Armada was flying towards him, and I think he tried to up smash him.
Yeah, this video actually has like a lot of like teams. So yeah, this one, Apex 2015. And yeah, we're up to 2-1 against Ice and Leffen. This is like a few months... No, sorry. I was misremembering a thing there. But yeah, Apex 2015, me and Android versus Ice and Leffen. And I was relatively recently signed to Alliance. This was actually my first event in the US post being signed by Alliance. And this tournament, me and Android was like really trying to perform well because we wanted to like get him signed by Alliance too. So we were like really fighting our hearts out. It did take a while, but eventually Android did get signed.
They have totally turned this game around.
And okay, nice by Ice to not try to interrupt.
No, this is
Okay,
not over.
now it's not good because he didn't interrupt soon enough. Leffen's gonna take the stock.
Yeah.
Leffen's gonna be the approacher, obviously. Ice is gonna stint shield a lot.
Yeah, that's a big misplay. I mean, both their ideas are fine, but over here, you need to have it ingrained. Is the Fox gonna do the up air, or is it like back air time? Like, I wouldn't say necessarily Leffen or Ice was the one being wrong here. You just need to be on the same page, and they were not. They both felt that they were gonna be the one to attack. And honestly, it's probably what costed them the game. I mean, it wouldn't have been impossible to make a comeback otherwise, but it would have been significantly harder.
Stint shield a lot. Oh, Bad teamwork.
Yeah.
And Leffen can't save him. Leffen versus Armada stuck on FD.
Armada missing the tech chase though.
Leffen.
If there's any stage for Armada to win this on, it's definitely FD. One grab and this is...
Oh my god. The crowd cheering Armada. Oh,
wow.
dash attack.
Float bear out of
I love how involved Android is, like even the player can.
No.
Wow.
That's death?
I...
That's mediocre DI.
Yeah, not the best. That's it.
That's actually not a
That's
perfect
bad.
one, but
That's
I
mediocre
knew
DI.
as soon as I saw this up B, I was like, Leffen is going to the ledge. He loves going to the ledge. And he actually gets away with it more than other Foxes too. So it's like... I mean, you can't really blame him. But yeah, he's really getting away with it a lot. But this time I was like, I just felt like 100% certain this is going to the ledge. So, you know, fight the instinct of just want to go back on the stage.
Yeah, not the best. That's it.
I should have covered it a little
yeah,
bit better.
That's it. That's the set. Wow. The Armada comeback.
And right there, this is the finest example of just
Oh, another... Okay, yeah, this is team combo actually with me and Eniola's. So, like the OG team GGS. This is actually from a friendly against Call of W. And I believe... Wait, let me check. Yeah. I think, yeah, it is. It's Call of W and his older his older brother, Smash Alex. He used to be like top 3 in Sweden back in like the super early days. And this was at their place. Me and Aniolas were there to play some friendlies with them. And so yeah, it was not like a tournament or anything, but it was recorded, and it's a sick one. But this is probably from like 08 or something. 07 maybe even. So, I mean, the clip for its time is like, nowadays people are probably not going to be like as impressed, but it's a good one. No, a lot of people used to refer to him as Jalix. A lot of like Swedish Smasher, especially back then, their nicks, a lot of people like put a J in front of their name. So since he was called Alex, it became Jalix. Don't ask me why. It's just like a thing. It was like a face, I guess. But yeah, this one, also from a friendly actually, between me and Leffen. This is shortly before Apex 2012. I remember we were going to fly to Apex 2012 from Stockholm. So we were at Leffen's place, and AGP, he recorded a lot of games. I actually randomly played absolutely amazing that night with like all my secondaries. And it was like, yeah, me, Leffen, Hack, AGP, and Solar. I think it was the 5 of us. I'm not even sure. No, I don't even think AGP actually traveled to Apex, but I think he was there. Anyway, this is probably my coolest Marth clip, at the very least relative to its time, since this was, yeah, early 2012. I do mess up the chain grab, but the part afterwards is fire. Oh no, it was a tech chase I messed up actually. This part. Even Sane would be like, your Marth is pretty cool. It was.
Maybe see that sometimes.
So this one, yeah, Apex 2015 against PPMD. And PPMD, it was very cool with Apex 2015 because we actually hadn't seen PPMD since Evo 2014. So it was like around half a year gap. A lot of people were very skeptical about PPMD going into this tournament. And some people were like, oh yeah, it's like, he's not going to perform well. But I do remember still like thinking very highly of it, and like, he can make, some upsets in the sense that he has not been around that much lately. But I mean, it was a half a year, and it was still not like he stopped playing the game entirely. And PPMD in this matchup, it was such a pain in the ass. He was so good at the matchup relative to its time. And honestly, like, if he comes back, I think with some practice, he could still be super, super good at this matchup. He's had like a really good neutral game in the matchup. Like, he wasn't as good at like edge guarding Peach or keeping Peach at the ledge as Mewtwo is. But he was very, very good at playing around turnips and playing it, safe. It was so hard to deal with his Marth in this matchup.
So you press the A button a frame or two early, you get that dash attack. Sure. Great neutral air.
Yeah. After that turnip, I actually should have used, like, here, I should have used, like, covered with Nair right after. I guess maybe I didn't do this as much around this time. And yeah, that downer you can also SDI down, so the Nair never connects.
Regardless. Down throw? Oh, back throw. Okay. Doesn't quite get Armada on the platform. Armada at the angle above. And wow, Armada.
Oh, Armada.
He's not finished.
Armada. Yo. And will that be it?
Yeah, that's good. It was a little bit of a panic up B, but basically what happens here as well.
Oh, Armada.
He's not finished.
Armada.
So, like right now, like I'm moving like a little bit back and forth, right? And basically making like PPMD unsure if I'm actually gonna, try to like get closer to the edge. But it was a little bit of a combination of bait, but also PPMD panicking a little bit.
And will that be it? Yo, that was, oh my
What
goodness,
in the world?
PB trying to laugh it off. Yo, that was, PB has to know.
1-1 now.
All right, this in my mind is probably the best teams sequence of all time. Beast 7, a winners finals. Believe the score is, yeah, it should be 1-1. Should be 1-1. What was very fun for me and Android this tournament, so Beast obviously was in Gothenburg, right? Where we're from. And this time around, like sometimes like one of her sisters, she traveled to like some of the events closer by, like Beast, DreamHack. But this was like the first time our dad came to watch a tournament. So I think both me and Android, we were like very motivated to perform well. Both like in singles and teams, because dad is the one that got us into gaming, period. Like all, the Lindgren brothers. So, with dad there, we had to win. Newbie Squirrel, thank you for 37 months. But yeah, enjoy. This one, destruction.
Dreamland's counterpick. Obviously, going to want to reduce the kill potential from the Foxes.
Oh my God! No way!
Stop!
No way!
The only sad part is that this is PAL, and Fox would still have reached the ledge. It's like, he should have just been deleted. In NTSC, he would have been landing on stage. It's like, you deserve to die. I'm so happy that they just both died. It was just too good of a sequence to deny the kills. So I'm happy they both ended up dying.
That was like a 200% combo, 100 on each box, and then to a death. They didn't take a hit. They were on 0 and 2%.
He just did 3 up throws and didn't do anything but the up throw.
Oh, okay. At first I was confused, but yeah, it's... So yeah, this tournament, I was down 0-2 against Leffen. I lost pretty badly with Peach game 1. Actually, I think it was really badly. And then game 2, I also lost very badly. I was actually thinking of going Fox from the start. I know people are going to say no Johns now, but I was actually really sick this tournament. I had a bad feeling going Peach. So leading up to the set, I was actually thinking of picking Fox from the start, but then I decided against it because I was like, well, Peach is my main, and I haven't really played Fox. Like, going into this tournament, like, from the start of the tournament, I was not thinking of going Fox, period. Maybe against Hungerbox, but even then in winners, I played Peach the 2 first games because I wanted to see if Peach against Puff, if I had misjudged the matchup or not. And Apex was a few weeks after this. 2 weeks after, I believe. So I wanted to have an answer before Apex if I was going to keep playing Peach Puff or I do it this one time and then swap to most likely Fox or maybe even back to Young Link. So that set was like a little bit of like testing ground against Hungrybox, and then against Leffen I was just like the Peach.
That's not it. That's not quite it. Yeah,
it just doesn't work
But 2-0 right
for
now.
this tournament.
Two dominant games from Leffen at that. Both 2 stocks.
He's staying Fox. No meditation here. Nice. Whoa. The difference.
I mean, the meditation might have turned up.
Whoa.
Oh my God!
I love how
Armada
Mike
finally
Case in
turned
the
up
player
right now.
cam
He's
is like,
dude,
he's waking
not
up,
gonna let you
like
take
he's
me out
waking
like
up there.
That's some damage though.
All right, here we go. Nice up tilt.
Good back air.
Nice up tilt yet again.
Whoa. Is he warming up? What?
He is showing off right now. Let's go. Real quick.
Good jab by Leffen just to probably stop Armada from a potential dash attack. What in the world is happening?
Oh, and
What?
that shot right there, this should be it. Nice back air. Yeah, that is going to be it right there. Great edge guard right there from Armada.
Yep, Armada recognizing that, Fox definitely has greater distance than Impal. Whoa.
What are you doing down there, man?
And already crowd cheering for a force
It's
stop.
actually so
Can he
funny,
get
like
over
like,
that
yeah,
people
no.
started
like one time.
chanting for the 4-stock that early.
Nice guys by Armada.
Because it was like at the point when it started, it was not even that close. It was just like in this time period, for some reason, Leffen got 4-stocked like a lot. I 4-stocked him. Actually, yeah. At Beast, that was like the weekend before this. I did a 4-stock with Peach. Then Mango did a 4-stock a few months prior to that at Big House. And then about a year before this, Mango did a 4-stock at Apex. It was like 3 4-stocks in the past 4 years. That was like pretty iconic. So around this time, it was just like a lot of people started chanting for the 4-stock, even when it was not that close, just because it became a thing. A little bit funny. Or, I mean, not for Leffen, but it was funny for the rest, I guess. But, I mean, people didn't mean harm.
Armada, though. Armada? Where is something about Armada in Game 3, man? Like, something about Armada in Game 3 where he just decides, you know what, man, like, I need to make this a 2 at the very least.
Oh my gosh, Leffen, why? Why Leffen? Armada, great job. Gets the 4-stock, Game 3.
Are we on?
Oh, they were not showing the next game, but it was almost a 4-stock the game right after as well. So yeah, this one, pound 5. First time I brought out the Young Link against Hungrybox. Leading up to this tournament, so at Apex 2010, which was August 2010, and this tournament was like February 2011. So in that half-year-ish period, after I lost Apex 2010 to Hungrybox, I was like, all right, I'm done with Peach Puff. At the time, it felt like never again. I did it one time at Paragon, as we talked about just a moment ago. But I was like, all right, this doesn't work. It feels like even if I play better by a lot, it's not enough. I have to play exceptionally better. So I was like, nope, I'm done with that matchup. So for people that are not aware, basically at the time, I was like, all right, so if I'm not going to play Peach, who should I play instead? At first, I was thinking Fox, but I think I was probably partly tricked by the whole commentators thing, because people talked so much about how hard Fox was, how good Hungrybox was in the matchup. And don't get me wrong, he was not obviously bad at the matchup, but how good he was in the matchup I think was a bit overstated at the time. I think it was more that Hungrybox was used better than every other Fox by quite a lot, besides Mango. And Mango was beating him every single time, more or less. So it was more that Hungrybox was used better than these Foxes than that he was exceptional at the matchup. I think in like 2015, around like EVO 2015, that's when Hungrybox actually started to like really improve versus Fox. But back then, I think I just overestimated how good he was at the matchup around that time. So I was like, I can't really practice the Puff matchup because we don't have any like Puffs really around here, and especially not at like, you know, my level or anywhere close. So I was like, if I can practice the matchup, I should pick a character Hungrybox can't really practice against. So I was thinking Young Link, Luigi, and Ices. And remember, it was like almost 10 years ago. But those were the three characters I started thinking about at first. Ices I decided against because they felt the most complicated overall for sure, with like desyncs and stuff. So I was like, nah, doesn't feel worth it. Luigi, I was like, after thinking about the matchup a bit more, I was like, no, it's just going to be a pain in the ass with that awful aerial mobility, awful offstage. It felt more that it's something that might work a little bit when you don't have any idea how to play the matchup, but the more you play, it's probably going to be awful. Young Link, I felt, even long term, might work quite good. Like, even around this time, when I was, like, beating Hungrybox, I felt that the matchup is probably even, or Puff's favor. People kept telling me the matchup was 7-3 Young Link because I knew the matchup and Hungrybox didn't. But then I lost once, and people were like, oh yeah, Young Link can't ever beat Puff. That's like how reactionary a lot of people are. But yeah, this tournament, for about half a year, I had prepared Young Link versus Puff, and it was actually kept a secret. Like, the Swedish Smash community knew that I was going to play Young Link against Hungrybox, but no one else did. Like, no one mentioned it ever, and I actually told people, like, this stays a secret in the Swedish Smash scene. And people were just, like, excited to see how it all would turn out. So people actually didn't say anything. So when I was playing at Pound, then, yeah, people, you know, besides myself, and it was like one or two of the Europeans I told as well. So yeah, they people didn't know. And also one more thing I will add in is when me and Hungrybox did the stage striking, we structured Dreamland. And I had already picked Young Link, but he didn't even really think about it. And then when we were about to start, he was like, wait, you're playing Young Link? And I was looking him straight in the eyes, like, yes. But then I told him that we could redo the stage striking because he obviously thought I was going to play Peach. But it was like, no, it's fine. We can do Dreamland. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm still going Young Link versus Hungrybox. All right, first and foremost, I got to say,
Oh my
like,
goodness.
wow.
this set as well, I was
All
just
right.
having a, you know, I was
First and foremost,
smiling
D1,
a lot this set.
I have to make a
So, yeah,
shout out
Hungrybox
to D20,
obviously
one of the best young Link mains in
did
America.
not prepare for this
He is
matchup.
probably proud of Armada right now. Young Link can definitely play this matchup. I've seen it done before.
Yep.
What you see in the first 30 seconds is what you're going to see for maybe another 4 minutes or so.
Wow. That's the first stock, baby.
Armada pulling out the tricks with a Young Link. My goodness. For most of his recoveries, and threatens with it down there, Hungrybox can't do much. See, watch. See? Hungrybox played him towards center stage. Can he do it?
Wow.
I must say, Armada has my stamp of approval with going Young Link. A very unexpected counter pick.
Yeah, that was a big surprise. That was a big surprise. But I mean, the Young Link worked for many years. It worked for many years. Actually worked a bit longer than I expected. I thought it was actually going to stop working eventually due to, like, not, you know, being able to play the matchup that much. And overall, only using it for that matchup. So I didn't play Young Link that many hours a year. It was actually like a very low amount of hours because I couldn't get any practice, which is part of the reason I dropped Young Link in the end. This clip is from Beast 3. This was shortly after I stopped playing in 2013, which ended up being a year break. I was still one of the TOs for the tournament, and Mango was still going to be there. So Mango wanted to play some friendlies. So around the time of this tournament, I was like 3 months-ish into retirement. And I actually think this was the first time I played Peach for 3 months. Like about 3 months. Maybe 3.5.
$1,000 money match, Kage versus Westwood, that'd be fucking hype. Kage would not even be a challenge.
Dude, that umbrella. Gets her to death from umbrella center stage.
What the hell? He's back. Damn, dude. This ain't even Pick, guys. This is Peach. Like, this ain't some wacky character that used to.
That was actually a good read. I actually didn't use this read too many times, but like reading that roll in by his floating fair. Often I stay grounded instead, but that's actually very good in that scenario. People should use that more often.
He's being ridiculous. Dude, he hasn't even been playing Peach and he's really 4-stuck at him. What the hell? Oh! Has he even 4-stuck Bingo before?
I can tell you guys something. Like when me and Mango played at EVO 2013 a few months after this, he sure as hell did not jump like he did that there. Like he was doing a lot of these jumps out of shield before this, but after those friendlies at EVO 2013, you could notice that he had studied the matches or someone had studied for him. It was like a huge difference. Like I caught a lot of those jumps at that time, and they became much more rare afterwards. But yeah, that was a sick sequence, especially for being 2013. All right, so yeah, Genesis 2, my first super major win. My first 4 super majors in the US. First one I got second to Mango. Then second time I got 4th, which honestly that tournament was probably my worst tournament in my career in the US. You could argue when I got 5th, but if you look at who I lost to, these events where I got 5th, and this time like Pound 4 when I got 4th, yeah, I would argue the Pound 4 was my worst. Then I got second at Apex 2010, losing to Hungerbox. Then second at Pound 5, losing to PPMD. So leading up to Grand Finals, I got my revenge against PPMD in winter quarters. Then my revenge against Hungerbox in winter semis. And now I got the chance to, get my revenge against Mango. This was like our first tournament set since Genesis 1, which was 2 years prior. So winning this set would basically mean the ultimate revenge. Beating all 3 people that denied me a super major and beat them pretty much back to back. I did play Tashi in Winners Finals. It was not technically 3 sets back to back, but still. It was still like take a revenge against all the 3 people that denied me a super major.
Oh man, Armada. Armada definitely, sorry we're not talking in the mic, but Armada definitely bringing it back. Both of these guys, man, oh! Again! The same shit, different tournament. Oh! Oh man, game 5. Yo!
I'll say this sequence here, especially for being 2011, this one is actually like really crisp. I can't believe I actually caught him in time though.
One stack away. One stack.
Even in 2020, that sequence still looks crazy that I somehow managed to get there in time.
The sets these 2 have are retarded. Mango! 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 Oh no! Armada's about to win! Oh shit! Oh! I think that's it! Ah! He did it! He did it! Armada finally did it.
Everyone looks so young.
Finally won. Good shit, Armada. Congrats to Mango. Man.
Yeah. Everyone looks so young. Yeah, we can fast forward a little bit there.
Misclick.
Jackie, thank you for the Switch Prime, buddy.
I can't.
Alright, so this one, Beast 5, the Meditation 4 stock. Pretty cool one. I was actually like, this was like the last beast I was like helping out with. After this one, I actually just decided it was not worth it. Again, like, no Johns, I know people will say, but yeah, after this event, I decided that I should just focus on like playing and not organize. It just felt like it was like so hard, like obviously doable. I still beat Mango this tournament, and I still could have beaten Leffen, but I mean, at the end of the day, he played better than me this tournament, so he earned it. But this was like around the time when I was like, I feel like I shouldn't like minimize my chances to win. So that's why I didn't like do like any work for like Beast 6 or Beast 7. I mean, I probably like tweeted out some stuff and encouraged people to sign up, but as a like serious TO, I was deciding on like it was not worth it any longer. I couldn't split up the time like that.
Cautious choice.
Yep. Well, good up smash right there by Leffen. And you know what? Come to think of it, remember the other time when he was fighting Mango, he got rid of the switch face when he was down. So maybe he got rid of this so that Leffen wouldn't use it for take advantage of it himself.
Right. But
probably.
Yeah, it might have been.
Sometimes, since they like talk about stitches there as well, like if I have the lead at the very least, I actually often get rid of the stitch face because it's a comeback factor, and if I already have the lead, then you know it's a good position to win already.
Really good stuff though, man. Leffen is at 2-1. This is point game, championship game. Yeah, 2-1, right?
Yeah, it's right.
This is it. And remember, there's a $1,000 pop bonus with, courtesy of Twitch, which he might have a great share of. This is huge.
Yeah, the meditation.
Huge.
The meditation here.
He will be able to pay quite a few rents with this. I mean,
man, yeah.
I mean, you can make a living off of esports if you're good enough.
Okay, what's going on now? Armada definitely looked like he's really focused. Yeah.
He wants to win this.
Okay.
But I am afraid that he is more scared of losing.
All right. So in this scenario, what I was thinking of, it was few different things. So first, what I did was I was trying to calm myself down. It had been a very long day, very long weekend. Partly we did have some venue issues. It was a double booking that really destroyed day one, and we had to like do some last minute changes and like rearrange a lot of things. And then it was basically like 16 hours of like working on stuff. So I was just trying to calm down, like relax for a little bit, close my eyes. After I was done with that, what I did was I was trying to think about all the stuff in the matches that went wrong and why it went wrong and what I could do instead. And then like basically think about the solutions, like, oh, this went wrong, I should do this instead. So basically like reminding myself that this is what I should do to win. And after that, I was trying to like visualize, not that I really can do that, but like basically trying to imagine, myself standing on that stage celebrating my victory. Like in a lot of professional sports, people use visualizing to increase their chances of performing well. So like let's say in high jump, for example, people visualize themselves jumping above the bar, right? And then it has a positive effect and increases chances of like actually succeeding. So that's pretty much what I tried to do as the third thing, and then afterwards playing.
then he is hungry for winning.
You think so?
I think so.
No, it's not a church. It's not a church. This was like at a high school in Gothenburg. Like, I guess this area of the school was used for like big presentations and stuff.
And I think that is a bad mindset.
Yeah.
You should be hungry for the win, but you shouldn't be afraid to lose.
Never think about the result. Just think about what you need to do to get there.
Yes, exactly. Focus on the game and these huge combos from Armada.
Oh
and
my
the crowd
gosh!
is going wild. The crowd is going wild.
Yeah,
Man,
that was
this guy,
a
did he
really
really
good first
just meditate?
Maybe he did. Maybe he did.
Is
Maybe Helios learned him some stuff.
Did Earth lend him their strength?
Oh my God!
Earth! Oh my God! Armada!
Yeah, Assembly Hall.
Whoa.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
AR, this guy, the long hair with the
yeah.
cap and everything.
Oh, he was so cute.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate the
sounds
fact
more
that he got
accurate.
rid of his long hair. And Hack said, before this, he said, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that Armada is gonna get a 4-stock.
Oh my gosh, dude. Who is you?
Oh, what nice spacing.
Armada, are you real? Armada? Armada! Oh my God!
Who is
you?
Who is you? Classic. Alright, so this one, Drummelon, this was a tournament in Norway. This is actually my very first tournament competing for Alliance. I think the announcement that I was signed by Alliance was done very shortly before this. So I didn't even have my jersey yet. But yeah, this was my first tournament competing for Alliance. And luckily the sponsorship curse didn't apply to me here.
I'm so sorry, I can barely speak right now.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's
intense.
so intense. I mean, oh, nice.
Oh, wow,
okay, that was.
Oh my God! I can't believe he got that! I can't.
That little turnip snipe at the end makes it so much cooler. It was like, no, you're dead. Like, stay out there. You're not coming back, dude. You are not coming back.
The Swedish sniper strikes again! It was the best punish I've seen like all weekend, like all month,
That
I
was
believe.
insane. That was insane.
Oh my God!
And okay,
Oh, yeah, okay. So, the one we saw earlier with me and Mango on Battlefield, the 4-stock, this is from the very, very same session. Yeah, this is from the very same session. A lot of people actually don't notice or think about it, but sometimes when you hit with a stitch very, very low on the shield, like since when you hit with a turnip on shield, it goes upwards, right? So if you hit someone very low on the shield, you actually might get like 2 hits on the shield with the same turnip throw. I played Tosh one time, like his Mewtwo, and I think I got like 2 or 3 turnip like hits on the shield, and like a full shield, it was like a shield break. So that's something to like remember, that if you can get a stitch phase low on the shield, it's actually like a higher chance that it will break the shield or straight up just hit them. Also right here, like, don't ask me why or how. Maybe it was because it was a friendly, but for some reason I had a feeling that I was gonna get a new stitch phase. It just like popped up in my mind that, oh, I'm getting another stitch phase. And then I got one. And in recent years, I actually, it's a joke, but still, I say that the less you play, like if you're a Peach main, the less you play melee, the more often you will get stitch phase. Because you give the turnips time to grow, right? This match, it proves my theory. I hadn't played for 3.5 months, and sure as hell, we're getting another stitch phase. That was like the ultimate disrespect.
That was fucking retarded. That was so retarded.
Oh, the peach trophy. Pretty fitting ending. But yeah, that was it's pretty cool video. I mean, yes, the commentators, this was many years ago, so I'm not saying that makes it okay, but a lot of people have like cleaned up, you know, their language or however you should call it. It honestly should never have been a thing in the first place, but it was, and it's not something that can be denied. But a lot of these clips, like that last clip, it was like from 7 years ago, pretty much exactly. So a lot have changed in the Smash scene since. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the top 15 greatest moments in Melee for me. Yeah, I think it was a pretty good selection of clips. I hope you guys enjoyed both the video and the little insight for each clip. I actually enjoyed this a lot. It was more fun than I actually expected to tell these stories behind the clips. So I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask.